So we're gonna spend the whole hour talking about geeky gamer conspiracies, and Pocky's gonna start us off because he told me about this game, and I don't.
You didn't believe me.
I didn't believe him at all.
You're like, I told you. Okay, so the game is called now. I'm gonna spell it and then say it.
Yeah, we don't know how to say this.
So it's Polybius.
Polybius.
I call it Polybius.
That's Polybius.
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 I think the Y is
Polybius.
pronounced
Polybius. Dun dun dun.
I was going for Rhapsody, but I don't know.
I was going
Okay,
for.
so Polybius showed up in
musical.
like 2 or 3 states. It showed up in Oregon, it showed up in Portland, and I think it also showed up in New Mexico. Because why not New Mexico, right?
Well, I mean, isn't that where the UFOs crashed?
Well, that's Eddie's job,
Right.
but yeah, it's where areas.
That's all in New Mexico. There's UFOs everywhere.
It's also where like some gods and stuff,
aliens
depending on
here
what thing you believe in, are there too. And isn't that where also?
Are you saying God lives in New Mexico? Did I hear you right? Did
No,
you
God.
What if God was one of us?
Walk a stranger on a bus. Yes, exactly.
He just told me God lives in Arizona. I'm sitting there, I mean, New Mexico.
No,
In
no.
a trailer.
Well, yeah, he's sitting there trying to go.
You can pass for God, man. Throw on a white T-shirt, some sandals, you're in. There you go.
Buddy
I'll
G.
make you a tinfoil halo you can wear all the time.
So, this game came out. It showed up at certain arcades without the owner's permission. Basically, it showed up. The government official said this was thing. Just put it in the cabinet. They paid for the space, and then and they came. Then a weeks later, they'd come back and take it away.
But it wasn't just anybody. It was the Men in Black. I had to look up the story. Like, literally, the Men in Black came and handled this video game, and no one seems to have had a problem with it.
Right.
I've never seen no dang Men in Black. Maybe that's what the conspiracy is.
How do you know they're in black, though?
Because it's at nighttime and you don't see them. What else are you
I
wearing
saw
at
the
night?
movie. I saw the movie.
Sunglasses, apparently.
Yeah.
That way no one can see in your eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a
So
song
the
kid.
game caused LSD-like hallucinations, caused extreme nightmares to people who played it, and suicidal tendencies.
Okay.
Nobody actually died from the game, thankfully. But yeah, and the thing is, nobody can find a copy of this game. Nobody can find arcade units. The only reason people know this game even existed was because people were taking pictures of the cabinet because of how just weird it looked. And it's just a really generic 1980s arcade cabinet, but it had the word Polybius on it and had some weird art, but it just looked like someone just drew it there.
Yeah.
And that was all about
Maybe the case itself was laced with DMT, and that's why they were tripping out.
Yeah, like someone actually painted it
What's
on
DMT?
the joystick.
Some kind of government drug, you know?
You can't even give me
Some
what the
kind of
acronym
government
is for.
drug.
Drivers
some kind of government
maintain taxis.
Some kind
But
of
it
government
also, I mean, we know for a fact that flashing and certain colors does cause
Epilepsy.
epilepsy
Right.
or certain parts of the brains to trigger. Could this have been a conspiracy of the government and DARPA and them to see what colors and pictures could be used to
Because
cause...
who's better to test that on than kids in the middle of nowhere? I mean,
Right. Think about it.
Nothing
At the
wrong with
Not
time,
only that, they're making money off of it. I mean, they're putting quarters to make themselves sick.
right. And at the same time, Portland, Oregon, not huge as they are, like particularly Portland right now is huge. But those, yeah, you're right. They were small cities at the time. They were like Austin. So
And I can see how this could be
Austin's
true,
not small.
simply
in the 1980s
because
it was.
Oh, 1990s.
I remember the arcade days. Those workers didn't care.
No.
Like, you could literally put whatever you wanted in there, and they were so high, or they were just gone.
Right.
You remember arcades back in the day?
Yeah, totally.
You go
Yeah.
in there, no one knows.
The little string around the quarter trick or
Yeah,
whatever.
you do all that stuff, and then they start making tokens. So
Like washers. I
Yeah,
would always give me like
washers.
washers
Yeah.
to put in them.
That was good.
I can totally see how this could be. How about you?
I can believe it. I mean, like, I love all the conspiracies and things like that. Watched my share of X-Files.
Everyone's
So
watching X-Files.
I can totally believe it. I would love to go and research this afterwards. I've never actually heard of it.
See, Pocky brought this one up, and I found it online, so I put it on our list.
Yeah.
But from your conspiracy point of it, what's the purpose of this?
To see how far you can push people. If the government knows how far they can push you, then they know how far they can control you.
But is
What
it
do you think
different
about
pushing
that?
a child as pushing an adult?
No,
I mean, it's two
man,
different
human beings are
mindsets.
human beings. If you can scare an adult, you can scare a child, vice versa.
Those are two totally different things.
No,
Like, how
no,
is it
but
looking?
think about it. Think about it. If you can control somebody with an epileptic light that will actually cause epilepsy and cause you to go into seizures, and you start thinking demented things, and you start spreading the whole culture around it, people will start talking about it, and people start saying, "Hey, there's a game out there that's making people go crazy. Let's go get it."
Yeah, these days they'd be like, hey, let's go buy it.
It's
Right,
like
but I
being
mean,
the
the whole
video
point.
game is really what
Exactly.
this
That's the
is.
whole
Like, in
point.
7 days you will die.
Haven't you seen that video on Facebook where this lady comes into a room, to an office, and she's waiting for a doctor or something like that, and everybody stands up, and then it sits back down. Okay,
It's a social experiment.
it's a social
You
experiment.
have to watch it. It's amazing.
But it's programming, and it's what they're doing. It's what they're trying to push on
you
people.
know, they could also go other steps with it. They could introduce movies made by the government, or TV shows made by the government, to induce like.
It's called Real Housewives of New York. Because
Or-
there's
or
no way
rea-
that
or
show is
reality.
not a government thing.
Or Entourage.
I like Entourage.
See exactly.
did that for
Very
the
true.
reaction.
I watch those shows. I
But-
can't do Bachelor. I can't do Entourage. I can't do none of that.
Yeah.
Reality shows completely created by the government to dumb us down.
Right.
I'll just say it
Jerry
right
Springer.
Naked and Afraid.
Oh.
Why?
I
What is
love
the
Jerry
point?
Springer.
So the last thing I'll say about this is this would be awesome to put in Wreck-It Ralph 2 to turn into a horror movie.
That's what I was thinking. The little guy with the change belt.
Yeah, those change belt, and they have to fight off the epileptic like demons in this game. Start going to the other games.
actually pretty good,
I would
yeah.
totally watch that.
I'd
Like
actually.
Daft Punk as the soundtrack for that.
Yeah.
I actually like the idea better of turning this into a horror movie where like somebody finds this old arcade unit like in a closet that like hasn't been opened in years, and like they turn it on and
Like
it turns
Oculus.
out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Sounds like the
An
beginning plot
Oculus
of
video
Tron.
game.
Exactly. You're just gonna get sucked into it and have to fight your way out. But
No, it turns everyone to evil and like makes killing spree.
like, we need more reports of gamers being evil and corrupted by video games.
It's all part of the master plan.
Exactly.